Hello and welcome back to Arcanum of Steamwork and Magic Obscura, and today hopefully more Steamwork and Magic Obscura. We stand on the edge of what remains of the nation of Vendigroth, or specifically the city, the capital city of the nation of Vendigroth. There seems to be a way downstairs into the place, so today we'll be going into a dungeon. We'll be doing a bit of dungeon crawling, but this might be more of a magical dungeon that we will be crawling. Not magical, no, mechanical, and technological dungeon that we'll be crawling through with new music. It's a nice music track as well. And as you see, well, Vendigroth looks, there are things still moving in here. That looks like a giant spider thing. But yes, Vendigroth looks quite a bit different in style of art than as any other place. Ow, and there are mines here, apparently. Okay, so magical or technological heating salves. Yeah, so technology-wise, if we look at it, it kind of resembles more like a later stage technological society. While, you know, Tarrant and such is very early Industrial Revolution, steampunk standard stuff, this looks almost very much more like a late Victorian to even maybe early Diesel Age sort of designs. There's spooky spiders here. Let's actually start buffing ourselves up. That might be a good idea here. Get ourselves fully ready for stuff. Take a potion of pretty much everything. Revitalize. Let's save the Revitalize and Mind Marvel for later. Ow! Vendigroth newspaper. That's worth a read. And some batteries. Let's kill this spider thing first. So I wonder what these arachnidy things... Is this what maybe happened through the magic to the people of Vendigroth? That would be very dire. That were the fate of these people. An iron axe would be not so nice. And we found a schematic. Just a schematic. We'll see what it actually learns us. Nice bed. Alright, let's firstly read the newspaper. Professor Hunley to test submergible. League of Scientists disputes his theories. Professor Alaudus Hunley is scheduled to launch his fully submersible watercraft tomorrow at noon, but his colleagues in the League of Scientists claim his theories are wrong and that he is placing himself in great mortal danger. His theories on buoyancy and air recycling are based on sound principle, but he has come to a at best questionable conclusion regarding his ability to control these important factors, stated his colleague, Professor Jonathan Frink. He continued, I fear his plan for re-establishing buoyancy by means of pressurized air is doomed to failure. When that monstrosity submerges, I fear it will never rise again. I have implored him to do more tests before conducting field studies, but he is determined to prove his theories right, at any cost. Professor Hunley's craft, which resembles a large sea creature, can be seen on Dixon's Landing on the southboard before its inaugural run tomorrow. That might be the thing we found on the beach in the Isle of Despair. There was that large, almost fish-like construct that was there, and we found some Vendigroth things there. So maybe that is what we found. A prototype submarine. Charity Ball. The Lady Society of Vendigroth will once again hold its charity ball this Saturday evening. This event will benefit the orphans and survivors of foreign wars. Festivities will begin at 8 p.m. Strict dress code will be enforced. Tax relief. The governor is considering lowering the levies on income in Vendigroth by 2 coins for every 50 or earned. So that would be quite a sizable amount. Like that's 2% or so. Yeah. No, more. I don't know. Yeah, 2%. No. I'm stupid. Can't calculate. Never mind. The governor has refuted all public criticism of the decrees by his cabinet. Tidal figures. High tides will occur at 6 AM and 9 PM today, with low tides approximately at 1:05 PM and 25 minutes after midnight. Full tidal charts can be found on page 8. That's pretty impressive and interesting. They must have had a lot of actual seafair going on if they felt that the tidal things were worth mentioning in their main newspapers. Alright, let's see what we learn with the scepter. The Vivifier. Let's actually read that, because that is actually a thing we probably want to build. Learn schematics. I think it's under medicine. No? Is that not therapeutics? Yes, Vivifier. The writing on this schematic is faded, barely legible. Regenerative capabilities beyond even the most all physical and mental characteristic subject are faster, stronger, smarter and more. Okay, and for that we need an elixir, physical prowess, and an unknown chemical compound. Well, keep our eyes open for an unknown chemical compound. I'm guessing we can't just use every unknown chemical compound, else that would be very strange. But that is an important potion to learn about. Yeah, so they have electrical street lamps here as well. So yeah, this was clearly a bit further advanced than your average city in Tarant is nowadays. Yeah, and we have a fight. I really hope we're not dealing with like the actual survivors of Vendigroth. That would be quite twisted. Hopefully this is just some invasive, fading, monstrous species. I wonder what Jeffrey was doing there, just smacking and then running away. Let's go for the big one, actually.
An impressive attack!
Thank you there, Magnus. Yeah, I'm thinking my companions will kill this one. Yeah. Oh. Thank you, Raven. Yeah, I suppose we could do this on our own, like earn all the experience points, but I am fine with our companions assisting us a bit. Large bore Vendigroth rifle. That looks badass. If we were to use rifles, that would probably be very cool. These are quite aggressive little creatures, aren't they? That wasn't mine. Oh, we know there's more over there. Makes you wonder if the Vendigrothian device isn't just a nuclear bomb. Because, you know, they look to be about that level of technology. Maybe a little bit behind that, though. If submarines are still prototypes, then we're looking maybe more at 1920s or something. A lot of buildings that seem to have been bricked up, though. Or is that just their art style? I don't quite know. I do hate that the pretty Vendigrothian kind of music keeps getting interrupted. But yeah, keep a careful watch for stuff we can maybe loot with us. There's a lot of interesting things to take here, like that pile on the ground there. That's something. We'll see exactly what it is. Grunting old man. No, that's mine. It's a key. Okay. Less exciting than I would have hoped. Maybe this will open this place. Oh, there's something there. It's trapped. Maybe we should activate our trap finder. That might actually be quite a good idea here. Yeah, we could probably do that. So let's just put the shield away. And get the trap finder out, because we're finding like plenty of batteries to deal with this as well. But yes, another newspaper to read. Let's give it a read. The new one. Professor Hundley missing, presumed dead. Experimental for submersible fails to return. So the warnings were right. Professor Landis Hundley of the League of Scientists has been listed as missing and presumed dead after his experimental craft failed to return to port at its previously scheduled time. This is sad news, sad day for science, for all science, commented his sometimes adversary on the council, Professor Jonathan Thrink. We may have disagreed on a few matters, but we respected each other's opinion. He will be missed. Professor Hundley launched his experimental submersible 7 days past and was scheduled to return 2 days ago. Professor Thrink predicted this as the likely outcome and tried to dissuade Hundley from proceeding with the test, to no avail. I imagine my colleague is resting somewhere on the ocean floor by now. He was hurt to say as he walked away from the press conference where Hundley's disappearance was made public. University seeks replacement. The engineering school of the University of Vendigroth is looking for a replacement for Professor Hundley, who is now presumed dead. All qualified applicants are requested to apply in person. Prohibition. The spectre of prohibition has risen once again. The governor considers a bill to ban the sales of spirits in the confines of the city proper. Supporters of the bill cite increased crime and work absenteeism figures as the principal show of the cause for the bill, while its critics cite similar statistics during the last prohibition era over 30 years ago. Weather. The weather ministry of Vendigroth is predicting. Yeah, okay. So that was, yeah, as expected. As I said, I'm curious if that fish thing we found on the Isle of Despair is possibly the missing submarine now. If so, I guess it just washed ashore eventually. I wonder if this all sank into the ground or if this was always built on the ground. That has me curious. Because if it sank on the ground, it could have been quite a nice city with all lights and benches and such. But underground it seems a bit, I don't know, crack. Yeah, and I don't know how we can proceed further, because I'm not finding any locked doors that we can open. Ah, here we are! There is a vent here. So that's how we get through to other places. Alright, new thing, more wretched spider creatures. We're still all buffed up, so we are good to go on the fighting. Oh, and there's something on the ground there. Probably another key, but we need every key. I assume, at least. Is it my turn yet? Oh, bloody amount of spiders. It's time to count a few less spiders. Yeah, that's a lot less. Yeah, if the city sank into the ground, it's quite odd that the lantern blazes and such are up as they are. I think they would not have sunk down so straight. Oh, and they do have magic potions here. That's curious, given how much they apparently did not seem to be a fan of magic. And another key, as we expected. Hello there, weird creature. Have at it!
Oh, good show, old boy. That's showing them who's in charge.
Thank you. Ah, and we found a trap in this one. Do we have a trap spring already? Yes, we do. Did that do anything? Yeah, that did do anything. Okay, we might need to make new trap springers then. Ancient gun chassis. We found one of those before. And a newspaper. Make some space. And give this newspaper a read. Mage threatens Vendigroth. Crazed wizard warns against technology. An uninvited mage burst into the governor's office yesterday and warned him of severe repercussions if Vendigroth did not stop developing technology. This mage, who identified himself as Anorax, okay, he will have the evil bastard, and claimed to be a member of the Elven Council, demanded that we observe the decisions of said council. Governor Nikolai informed Aranax that Vendigroth is a wholly independent country. We have never asked for nor accepted help from the Elven Council, nor do we recognize its authority. Aranax launched into a prolonged lecture on the right of elves to rule, after which the governor asked him to leave. Before departing, Aranax said that we would do well to heed his warnings. We of the Vendigroth Times would like to applaud the actions of the governor, who we have been critical of in the past, and we'd like to call the citizenry to prepare for a possible conflict with this crazed mage. Scientists begin defense work. Local scientists have begun work on a device that will hopefully make any mage think twice about attacking us. After yesterday's encounter with Aranax, the governor allocated the needed funds for the device, which the scientists have been proposing for months. We at the Vendigroth Times have been able to get a rough idea of the workings of this device, even though, understandably, its innermost workings are a government secret. The device is meant to somehow drain the very life force from a mage. Only through a wonder of science is such a thing possible. Governor calls for an emergency cabinet meeting. Governor Nikolai called for an emergency cabinet meeting today to devise a new defense. Wonder if there's no time mentioned here. There's not like a date on these newspapers, unfortunately. Price 2 coin. Right, so the story about Vendigroth develops. Might need to clear out our inventory a bit if we're gonna loot more stuff. Right, continuing explorations and dealing with more wretched little spider creatures. Very easily. Yeah, that's a big one. A siren spider.
An impressive attack.
Well, it's sirening for its death. There are some freaky butt creatures. I find the look of them quite disturbing. I think it's because of the thin legs. It's a weirdly proportioned body. Okay, that's a bunch of health potion crafting things. I'll probably just quickly clear out the inventory. 1 second. Okay, so that's just some nice plants. I'm also still a bit worried that sometimes I keep hearing like a curse sound effect, and that's I hope that's not something bad that's happening. Like we're slowly dying of radiation poisoning or something.
Wow, I've never seen such a skillful blow.
Thank you, Raven.
Good show, old boy. That's showing them who's in charge.
Wow, one that survives an Ogor onslaught. That's impressive. Anything in this room? Ah, another vent. Okay, we'll be able to go to another section of the city, but first, more exploring, because I want to empty out this place. It's rare that we'll find a technological dungeon with special items and the like, so we want to get everything out of here that we can. Oh, here they come. And there's something there. Molten arachnids. How did we miss that? Oh well. Well, this is quite a mess we find ourselves in. Can I please just finish this thing? There we go. Okay, apparently we need to finish that one over there as well, so quick roundabout. We'll just turn off turn-based, that'll make this quicker. There we go. Honestly, maybe we can just leave turn-based off in general, because, well, I don't think these spiders are that much of a threat to us, honestly. Then we get ripped apart and stuff. Anyways, let's explore this room. Gloves, I think? Vendigroth padded leather gloves. Okay. And a new schematic. What type of schematics have we found this time, Pinky? Here. Vendigrothian war gauntlets. We require Vendigrothian sheet metal and these gloves. Okay, so hold on to the gloves. Engineering, battle tested, fierce, lethal in most cases, unmatched craftsmanship. Well, if we found the sheet metal, we will be trying to make one of those. Oh, that's a bed. Ah. All too easy. Okay, but yeah, then I think we cleared out another level here. Isn't much here, and this is where we came from. Yeah, we cleared out both these sides as well already. Okay. Yeah, I'm 100% sure we cleared everything out. Okay, through the vents. I'm too big to fit through these vents. No, Ogor, you'll fit just fine. Just squeeze your big butt through here. Oh, no. What's this then?
Good show! Perhaps they'll think twice before attacking us again, eh?
Oh, good show, old boy. That's showing them who's in charge.
Oh, thank you. I'm the greatest showman alive, I am. Look how much good shows I put on. Ooh, free chests here. What do we have here? Empty. Empty. Key. Okay, well, we'll probably need the key. Careful, eyes out for cool loot. There we go. Apparently she did not see me as a threat for some reason. Empty, that's all very unfortunate. And 1500 coin. That's quite a bit. Nice. It's probably in a coinage that no one will recognize, but still. Yeah, you do wonder, like, at this level of technology you actually, you know, get official currencies and the like. Would they really still accept, like, any random coin you pull out of a dungeon? Kinda wonder. I guess it's because it's gold or something. Just some random tacky things. Oh well, nothing left behind. Ah, there's another vent. Okay, now we have two places where there's vents to crawl through. Let's first take this upper path. Oh, this one has a bow. This one had a bow. Empty. Trapped. Accelerated healing. Okay. Yeah, this is a bit of a chaotic beat-up show, but what do you do, eh? Does go by fast. Hello there, Siren Queen. Well, not so queeny it looks like. You got your butt kicked, you do. Empty. This is another vent, so... Oh. Okay. Okay, so that's cleared out. Okay, let's go down here then and see what we can... Yeah, destruction time! We no care about your species. Ooh, another schematic. That's what we like to see. We do have to make some space for this though. So I think I'll just give Magnus the...
How can I help?
Plants. Magnus, guardian of plants. Nonsense, you have plenty of space. This one should have space for one more thing, so give him this. And I think that kind of fills Magnus up. Okay. Alright, what type of schematics will we learn today, Pinky? So with Vendigroth and things. Vivifier. Machine plate, that's not new. Already had the Bronwick gun. No, that's nothing new. So we had that. Don't see anything new from these schematics. I think I should maybe read in the log what we actually learned here. We did learn something, I think. Also, we'll probably say that we already had the schematic. Alright, let's begin with the lower and actually go through this fence right there, see where it leads us. Oopsie.
impressive attack.
Right, so there's more spiders here. There's nothing too interesting. Yeah, just a whole bunch of spiders in some sort of lab.
Good show! Perhaps they'll think twice before attacking us again, eh?
And another vent, okay. But a bunch of... Got one cabinet we can... Ow. Vendigrothian sheet metal. That means we can make those gloves. If we can make the space for it. And another large bore Vendigrothian rifle. But first let's make those gloves, because we can. We build what we must, because we can. Give us more intelligence. Alright, so into the Vendigrothian war gauntlets. Let's build them. So, what are these like? 15 AC and plus 15 damage. That is less damage resistance, but a lot more AC. So, yeah, we're gonna wear those. That's better, right? Yeah, it does believe it's better. Okay. We already have quite a bit of damage resistance anyway. So, the cool war gloves I will give actually to Ogor. Hello, Ogor. You get cool war gloves. The war gauntlets are cool as well. Honestly, the war gauntlets are pretty much better in most ways. So never mind, you could get to wear the war gauntlets. There you go. It says same for Magnus. I mean, no, these are better for... Yeah, these are better for Magnus, so... Let's take a few of the plants. Yeah, I guess we'll hold on to the plants, because he probably wants to keep his old gauntlets. And hooray! One of the Vendigrothian artifacts is constructed. Oh. Angry robots! Oh, and we can make more of them! Oh, they have a lot of robots down here. Okay, this might be a problem. Because the robots are actually quite a bit harder to deal with than the... Maybe we should unleash our own robots upon these robots. Alright, let's go actually explore maybe a different section then. Leave the robots for a later point. So there was the other vent we can use. That vent that was right over here, I believe. Yeah, right over there. Oh! This is interesting. All gods have a father. As he watches over them, his children call his children all. He holds them as gems, but Valorian is hard and old, and his ways are set in stone. He has all, and expects all. With your life you will atone. But beware what you give. If his children you don't know, Valorian takes all. Valorian. I cannot say Valorian. And Valorian returns all, and his power he'll bestow. Yeah, okay, so this is another pagan god shrine. The last one, actually, of the greater god Valorian. Now we can try and give ourselves give a sacrifice, so let's do that as a final thing, but just to be safe, let's save here, because something will happen. So here we go, onto the altar, and we die. Oh, okay. Someone had some sort of resurrection tool on them, and it worked. So yes, you die, and if your party cannot resurrect you, you're just dead. But if they can resurrect you, you get a blessing. And you will lose most of the other blessings. You've joined the Free Circles and offered your life to Valorian, the Allfather. Therefore you received his blessing of ultimate power. What is his blessing of ultimate power? Does not look so impressive, does it? Well, it's also because our buff spells have all gone away. But I don't know if we'll keep Valorian's blessing of ultimate power, because I think we have lost quite a bit of the proof from not having the previous blessings. So we will consider that in between our episodes, and maybe we will sacrifice ourselves to Valorian, maybe we will not. We will see next episode, where we will explore more of this place. And ooh, look at this building. That looks impressive. Till the next one, bye bye.